Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. Today I'm going to be making chicken and polenta. Really simple recipe. It's only going to take a few ingredients. But first, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when I create a new video. Like and share this video, it really helps out the channel. Now let's get into the recipe. For the chicken, I'm going to be using a bone-in, skin-on chicken thigh. I've got 3 of them here. You want to make sure that they're really dry, so I'm wiping them down, making sure there's no moisture here. The drier the better. And I'm going to trim off some of this excess fat here because you don't need that. You know, the skin's going to have plenty of oil, plenty of fat there. So anything you want to trim off, that's fine. Okay, cleaning some of that off. So we're going to put that in our little bowl here. Okay, get that all nice and dry. Put that in here. Okay, get that in there too. Gonna put this aside. I'm gonna rinse my hands a little bit. All right. So now that I've washed my hands, let's get the tray on here. And for the dry rub, I'm gonna be using just a few ingredients here. You probably have all of these in your kitchen right now. All these seasonings is 1 teaspoon a piece, except for the cayenne pepper, which is a half, and it's also optional. I've got some mustard seed here that I've ground up into a powder, so it's a mustard powder. Some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, some basil, some oregano, black pepper, and some curry. And I'll leave a list here in the description below, so you don't have to worry about writing that down here. Mix that all up here, like this. All right. And we're gonna get as much on as we can. Okay, gotta pack that all down here like that. Switch it to the bottom, flip everything over because you want to make sure you season both sides. And get that on here. All right. You can add some thyme, some sage. Again, your preference. Okay, let's get some more on the top. I want to make sure that the skin is very seasoned. Because when we cook it in the air fryer, I'm going to cook it with the skin side down so we get a nice crispy skin. Okay, and packing that down here just to make sure we get it all in the little crevices. So now I'm going to take the chicken and just let it sit aside for a little bit, just to be able to kind of rest and get some of that flavor going in and soaking into the meat. So in the meantime, we're going to hop over to the stovetop and start working on the polenta. For the polenta, I'm adding 4 cups of chicken broth to a saucepan, and I'm bringing it up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to add some chopped green onions and some minced garlic. You don't have to add that, that's just my preference. Then I'm going to mix in the cornmeal, which is a thin cut cornmeal. You want to pour it in a little bit at a time and stir it up until it starts thickening. When it thickens up to the point where it's soaked up most of the water, turn the heat on low. Add some shredded Parmesan cheese, stir in some shredded mozzarella, stir it in until it's fully melted. Then I'm going to add a couple of ounces of sour cream until it gets really smooth and creamy. So you want to make sure you turn your heat off at this point. Stir it up and let's plate it up. Okay, so I've preheated the Ninja Foodi air fryer, and we're going to get the chicken thighs that have been sitting for about 15 minutes now with the skin side down, and you can hear that sizzle. So you want to make sure it's well heated, well preheated here. And I'm putting the skin side down because on the Ninja Foodi it does heat well from the bottom, so we'll get a nice crust on that on the bottom. So we're going to put that in there like that, and I'm not going to spray it at all because there's going to be enough fat from the skin. So we're going to close that, put the power on, hit the air crisp for 400, and we're going to go for about 15 minutes, but we're going to test the temperature. Make sure we get to 165 degrees Fahrenheit of internal temperature on the chicken thigh. All right, so it's been about 12 minutes or so. Let's take a look and test the temperature right by the bone here. So we're at about 148 degrees. So we're almost there. So what I'm going to do here is just flip them over so we can get nice color on the bottom side. And you can see nice crust color here on the top. Close that down and let it go for another 3 or 4 minutes. So it's been about 20 minutes. Let's take a look. Yep, that one there's in. Okay, we're in. Might be a little over, but it's okay. In an air fryer, it tends to stay a little bit moist. So we're gonna let the chicken rest now for about 5 minutes or so while we get the polenta ready. Now we can see it's nice and creamy here. Look at that. I mean, that sour cream makes it really creamy and keeps it from stiffening up a little bit. So now we're just going to get some on this platter here. I'm going to grab a spoon. Just going to get some on the dish here under the chicken. So just spread that out kind of wide like that. And we'll get the chicken on here, and you can see the crust is really nice. Chicken on top here like that. And you know, we'll put the third one on there too, why not? Like that. Get a little bit of a green onion for color. So let's give this a taste. All right, so I'm just gonna cut into the chicken thigh here. I mean, it smells fantastic. The polenta came out nice and creamy. So I'm just gonna get some of this, and it's really juicy here. I'll get some of the polenta with it. So that's really delicious, really good. The seasoning, the spices, a little bit of the heat comes out because we use the cayenne pepper. The creaminess of the polenta is fantastic. The cheese, the Parmesan comes out, the fresh onion on the top. Beautiful, beautiful flavor. And it's a nice presentation. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified as to when I'm putting out new videos. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.